Moon Day blessings, and welcome to another episode. I am tripping today. Ooh, I'm learning how to edit. This is going to be amazing because I'm actually going to learn how to edit with this video. So, bear with me. So, I have made progress. As you can see, I actually have a nice little preview card up for this episode, and we are on episode 5. Learning, making, doing, being, which is exactly where I am. Learning, making the things, doing new things that I've never done, and being the person who accomplishes those things. So we're working with the format. We'll get there. Right now, this is where we are. So episode 5. And I am reading this time to make it more cohesive and deliverable and hopefully palatable to you. Which I don't even have the microphone plugged up. So, mm, mm, mm. Take 2. Moon Day blessings, and welcome back to another episode with Goddess Play and me, Delana. So, this past week, I have made strides. I'm trying a little background situation here. I have actual card for the next episode. So, learning, making, doing, being, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm learning how to do this. I'm making the things. I'm doing the work to be the person who gets all of these things accomplished. So, I appreciate you for taking the time to be here with me as I go through this journey of being a content creator. And it's a little different. I can't say that I don't feel a little antiquated. Would that be the word? Doing all the things and putting them all together. But from all the people I've ever seen that have started a YouTube channel, um, this is the process. You do all the things. It's your own little mini business. So, and the purpose of this channel is, well, that's what I have my notes here for. So, let's go. Learning, making, doing, being, episode 5. On my next solar return, it will make 44 evolutions around the sun. And I am feeling into how to care for, appreciate, and value myself. I've been so extremely focused, and even in that, not been dedicated to the fact that I've been externally motivated most of my life. And so now that I guess I've gotten to the point where all of the external things that I've picked up, I can internalize them and now put them out instead of taking my reference from the external. I guess that's the season of life that I'm in. So, anywho, I am here to share my journey of wanderings, musings, and inspirations. And this is the next chapter in my process of doing what is required. Doing what is required builds the foundation for inspiration. And what is required is specific to every individual's being and gifts, which I believe leads us all back to the realization that we are all unique parts of one magnificent whole. So come with me as I learn while I go, learn as I flow, um, learn to present myself in a way that's not self conscious, um, and share my gifts, my learnings, my musings. So, Goddess Play, which is the name of this channel, was inspired to me 3 years ago. It is the continuation and unfolding of who I have always known myself to be, and I am now able to express, share, and be a guide for others who invite me to share my gifts, which I offer to remind others to embody their own gifts. The cyclical part about this season of my life is that 30 plus years ago, I was doing the same thing I'm doing now, studying womanhood. I've always been fascinated with periods and pregnancy and childbirth. And when I was a child, I wanted to be what I called a baby doctor. I later learned the proper term OBGYN, OB-GYN. And I loved TLC, A Baby Story. Like, that was my show. I wouldn't miss it. So, all of these things fascinated me. And I did go to college with the intent of becoming a doctor, but I was not a focused and dedicated student at the time. So, yeah, we did some uh, major changes, and I graduated with a degree in psychology. So, yeah, there's that. So, anywho, years later, and 2 children later, I returned to school. This time I decided nursing would be the way to go because I could still get into the medical field, which I'm so fascinated with, but I didn't have to go for 10 years because I was already in my 30s, so I was not trying to go to medical school. I completed the prereqs, and then the ancestors whispered into my ear, go work in the field before you dedicate your time to doing this, which was an excellent idea because through working in the hospital, I discovered that that is not the place that I want to be. It is not, for me, from my perspective, a place for healing. The medical model is not, as it is not one of healing. So, ergo, I decided not to do nursing. And then time marches on. I'm still fascinated, still reading, still doing all the things. And then another home birth later, 3 years of homeschooling. Actually, 3 years later in homeschooling, because now we've been homeschooling for, what, 8 years? No, it hasn't been that long. But for more than 3 years. But anyway, back to the point of the story. The ancestors whispered to me after my last baby, Goddess Play. I'm like, what is Goddess Play? What is this? Because at first it was like, I'm going to do women's fitness. Because it all kind of stems from, obviously, it stems from things that fascinate me. Things that I feel we as women, once we become mothers, once we become wives, once we become all the other things, we don't get to pour into ourselves. So Goddess Play to me, came to me, and I looked it up. I'm like, what is this? What is this? So, goddess, a female being of supernatural powers living life simply for her own enjoyment. And then play, initially I was like, play, you got to be able to play. And then I have this thing for acronyms. So, the acronym that made sense is purposely love and appreciate you. I know it's probably a double A, but the and doesn't count. So, there you go. Anyway, so here I am. I'll be sharing more of my gifts as they unfold and the path is revealed to me. I am seriously but a vessel at this point. I feel like I have asked to be guided so that when I do transition out of this physical vessel, I've lived life and I've lived it all and I've left everything that needed to be left. So, I look forward to seeing what is next. I look forward to however next comes. I am moving with intention and I am being open to what I am supposed to do. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me and let me do my little, back in the day, my speech, my presentation. But I will get better at this. I am getting better at this. So as I continue to get better, I hope it inspires you to take something that you may have felt, something that's been calling you, and answer the calling. So this is episode 5, and Monday or Moon Day is the day that I have dedicated and focused on sharing what is to be shared. Oh, and also, hold on, because really, I shared, but I didn't share. So Goddess Play basically is about women's health and wellness from birth to transition. So I'll be talking about all the things that have to do with women and cycles and babies and hormones and all the good stuff. So um, my intention is that I will be able to share things in a way because all of the things are out there about women and their cycles and seasons, but I really don't feel like it's talked about and I don't feel like it's used in a way that is helping young women be empowered. Um, because all the things that I've learned in the last, I say a couple, last few years, I never heard until now. So I know it. I'm getting up to the, the next stage phase of my life, which is where, I'm not, I guess I'm middle aged. Yeah. So middle age, you're supposed to be sharing. You're supposed to be giving back to the ones that come up and so on and so forth and carry on. But anyway, I'm getting a rambling. So anyway, happy Moon Day. See you next time. See you next Moon Day. And it'll be greater on the next one. All right. Have a great one.